Instagram has become one of the leading and fastest growing social media platforms with over 1.4 billion monthly active users in 2022. It's also estimated that nearly 500 million people use Instagram stories every day, and nearly 81% of these users utilize the platform for research on companies, products, and services. But despite its undeniable popularity and dozens of benefits, Instagram comes with a dark side that we often tend to ignore. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we'll be talking about all the ways in which Instagram could be harming you and why you should take frequent breaks from the highly addictive app. So here's a look at the dark side of Instagram. Unrealistic standards. Instagram has penetrated our lives so much that it's often hard to distinguish reality from false. The Meta-owned app, which was first released more than a decade ago, has set a slew of unrealistic standards of beauty, lifestyle, and relationships. Since users have unlimited access to flawless photos, stories, and reels, they're fed with false expectations about how their life is supposed to look like, which brings us to the next problem: body image issues. It's hard to imagine Instagram without celebrities, models, influencers, and brands who are constantly promoting themselves using an image of perfection. Users often think that looking at pictures of perfectly toned bodies is harmless, but subconsciously, such content is affecting them in more ways than one. According to a 2021 research published in the Wall Street Journal, the use of appearance-focused social media, especially that of Instagram, increases the risk of body image issues and eating disorders, particularly in teens and young women. Another study showed that excessive use of Instagram is directly linked to low self-esteem and body dissatisfaction among users. Similar results were found in a 2016 study titled "Picture Perfect: The Direct Effect of Manipulated Instagram Photos on Body Image in Adolescent Girls." According to this study, filtered selfies and heavily edited pictures on Instagram are directly linked to a drive for thinness among young girls. This concept was further explained by Jennifer Mills, a clinical psychologist and psychology professor at York University, who conducted extensive research on the link between social media and body image issues. Researchers have known for years that social media has a negative effect on how young women feel about themselves, Jennifer said. "I was hearing patients and students talk about how they felt about social media and the pressure they felt to look a certain way based on comparing themselves to what other people posted. I was hearing from clients with eating disorders that they would see pro-anorexia content in their feeds and felt compelled to follow those types of accounts even when they knew it was very bad for their health." Similarly, some studies also suggest that excessive use of Instagram has caused more users to opt for cosmetic surgery and aesthetic procedures. Comparisons and anxiety. Besides comparing their appearance to IG influencers and celebs, users also get stuck in other forms of social comparison. They constantly feel pressured to keep up with what they see online, especially when it comes to content that highlights a lavish lifestyle. According to new research conducted by UBC Psychology, social media comparisons can worsen anxiety symptoms among users who are already struggling with various anxiety disorders. Similarly, a 2017 study found a direct link between social media comparison and increased mental health problems among users such as low self-worth, difficulty concentrating, depressed mood, and sleep problems. Another study found that Instagram users aged between 19 and 32 were at high risk of developing general anxiety symptoms like uncontrollable feelings of worry, restlessness, fatigue, and persistent headaches. In 2021, another study published in the Frontiers of Psychology found that participants with higher levels of social anxiety are more likely to engage in content control behavior, meaning they tend to control their online persona. This in turn feeds into their anxiety even more and reinforces the idea that their self-worth is connected to their recognition and popularity on Instagram. The IG addiction. Did you know that Instagram was intentionally designed to mimic addictive painkillers? Excessive scrolling through your feed and watching reels on a loop can trigger a psychological dependence thanks to the rush of dopamine you get from the app. If you're used to checking Instagram first thing in the morning, or if you're at a stage where you can't function too long without it, chances are you're addicted. Instagram addiction can also be seen in users who instantly start feeling anxious if they haven't checked the app for a while, or those who feel the urge to go back to it within a few minutes of putting down their device. More often than not, such users spend too much time on Instagram at the expense of other responsibilities such as work and relationships, meaning that they're so stuck in an infinite scroll loop that they keep putting off important tasks, which really messes up their schedule and overall time management. But the good news is there are several effective ways to break an Instagram addiction, such as deactivating the app for a week and going on a full detox. If you find that hard, start with smaller steps like setting a time limit for Instagram on your phone, installing an Instagram blocker, turning off notifications, and finding alternative activities and hobbies that keep you away from the app. And that about does it for this video. It may be hard to go cold turkey, but we can definitely take a break from Instagram or limit time spent on the app for better mental health, time management, and overall productivity.